another mission. We are in Genova. Guess what? Yes, you guessed. It's pesto. We're here to try the authentic pesto Genovese. Now, let's start with the word pesto. What does pesto mean? It comes from the Italian verb pestare, which means to crush, because traditionally it is made obviously in a bigger mortar than this, but it is made in a marble mortar with a wooden pestle, and it's actually traditionally made with olive tree wood. This is the traditional dish for which Genova, which is also the regional capital of Liguria, is known for. It calls for few simple ingredients. This is an uncooked sauce, okay? So it's very important to have respect and to treat these ingredients in a specific way, and this recipe is actually protected, and it has been approved by the consortium of Pesto Genovese. The number one ingredient is obviously the basil. The basil from Genova is a DOP, it's a certified and protected type of basil. It has small leaves, and actually the plant should be no older than 2 months. Another ingredient is garlic, then sea salt, then 2 types of cheeses. The Pecorino sardo, which is a specific, it's called Fiore sardo. Ben is in front of me, correct? Fiore sardo and Pecorino romano, and pine nuts, and obviously something Liguria is very famous for the extra virgin olive oil. So these ingredients are mixed in a specific order to create this cream. Benny, you want to try? Wow. Wow. Okay. After we tried this, I must say that I had never had the authentic one. Wow. And now Benny is going to tell you more about the nerdy things. Or should I say it? Okay.
As I eat this.
Before doing any of our missions, there is a lot of work, there's a lot of research and a lot of study. And when I read that these 2 cheeses, so Pecorino sardo, the Fiore sardo, why they put it in this recipe is because it adds sort of like a spiciness and a smokiness to it. And Benny was like, no, pesto does not have a smoky taste. Well, the Parmigiano Reggiano adds saltiness and milkiness to this. And this is the first time in my life that the traditional pesto does have a smokiness to it. This is not very elegant, but we're in family.
Amazing. Never ever have I ever tasted that. Ever.
You guys, I'm like in shock. It's like they always say on TikTok, I was today years old. What? I mean, okay. And they haven't brought us the pasta with a pesto too, either. I mean, we're just at the very beginning, and I'm already speechless. Okay, so let's wait for the pasta.
Look at what they just brought. This is my dish of testaroli al pesto, and this is Valeria's, le trofie al pesto. Let's talk about this green sauce that everybody around the world knows. So we kind of, sort of, even though it's a little bit far-fetched, and I'm sure that they're not going to be very happy if I say this, but we sort of have to thank the Romans of the Roman Empire, because in a way they kind of set the stage for all this way of making this kind of sauce. As Valeria said, this is a non-cooked sauce. The Romans, what did they do? They were great extra virgin olive oil producers, so they would, in a mortar, put olive oil, vinegar, the nuts, and they would crush it in a mortar, and so that's how they got this sauce that they would use for things. Then fast forward in the Middle Ages in Liguria, they would use l'agliata, which is a paste made with garlic. How did basil enter the scenario. Okay, so basil has always been used as ornamental plants. The Romans, the Greeks, they would plant it in vases because it looked pretty, because it was nice. But it wasn't ever practical, it was never in recipes. Then what happened? The sailors in Genoa, because Genova is a big port. Imagine, Genova is where in 1492 Columbus sailed the ocean blue, okay? And so it was an important port. And the sailors suffered from a very particular deficiency of vitamin C, and it's a disease called
Scurvy.
scurvy. Never heard scurvy. Basil is packed with antioxidants and vitamin C. So pesto was born as a necessity to help the sailors fight this disease. Not only just the pesto they added to the mortar, but extra virgin olive oil, which is packed with antioxidants, pine nuts, which also has a bunch of antioxidants. So it was actually born, I'd like to say, like some kind of medicine, sort of to boost their deficiency of vitamin C. And imagine that the first documented recipe of pesto, the sauce, dates back to the 19th century. And what's even more shocking is that in how such a short time, pesto has become an international renowned dish all over the world. I mean, everybody loves pesto. Everybody has heard about pesto. Everybody has eaten pesto, and it's pretty incredible. Now, what pasta is pesto usually served with? Here they put pesto pretty much in everywhere, also in minestrone. They serve it as like a spread also, but it's enhanced with pasta. And here there are two shapes. Well, shapes. Mine is called testaroli, and testaroli is actually one of the oldest pasta shapes in the world. And it's sort of between a pancake and a sheet of bread, because it's very particular. It's flour, water, salt, and it's cooked on a very hot, let's call it a pan. And then it's chopped up in pieces, and then it's boiled, and then you do pasta. And another kind of pasta is what Valeria has, which are the trofie, which, let's say, it's sort of the official kind of pasta that goes with trofie. Yeah, I wouldn't think you could have trofie with anything else. So they're little tiny swirly things that are perfect for pesto. Now, we're going to eat this. If not, it's going to get cold, and that would be a big, big thing. So we'll talk to you later. Dun, 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 dun.
I would say mission accomplished.
No, this has been as a life-changing experience.
I think this has been one of our missions that have left me speechless. Honestly, when you think you know, but then you actually go to the hometown of where a local dish is made with the ingredients that obviously maybe we cannot find in Rome. So that's probably the whole experience thing.
Because the basil is particular, even the garlic they use is particular, the kind of olive oil they use is particular. I'm sure even the salt is particular. So it's the pieces of the puzzle that makes this perfection, and the perfection is here.
But to me, the aha moment for me, as I said before, is that smokiness that is given by the cheese.
Fiore Sardo, which is a cheese from the island of Sardinia that is made with sheep milk, but it's aged in a particular way. So the characteristic is the smokiness, which I have never ever tasted in my life, and I'm going to go buy it tomorrow because I want to see it, because that was mind-blowing.
So, I mean, I'm so happy when we can bring this to you. Obviously, you know, when you will be making pesto at home, you can make it with whatever ingredients you are able to access. But, so you know, pesto actually has a smokiness to it. Yes. Freshness, smokiness, anyway.
Deliciousness.
And so, again, mission accomplished.